welcome back to the Show Title Pending Podcast. Yeah, we still don't know. But a little interesting. Give me that fucking look, Jason. So as you can tell, we changed it up. Very much like Rolling in the Mist, we went virtual. And by virtual, I mean visual, because I forgot the word.
Yeah, virtual.
I said virtual, I was like, what the fuck? But we went visual, guys. So as we up the ante on Rolling in the Mist, and mind you, go and check it out, Season 1 and Season 2, we decided to add cameras so you could see our lovable faces. And as well as for those who only watch Rolling in the Mist, you guys know these cast members right here. Pablo and...
Are we waiting for
Bex.
Were we waiting for an
I don't know. I was just trying to put some
edit
fucking
that in.
Hello.
So very much like we did in our earlier episodes of Show Title Pending, we literally talk about anything and everything if you're new to the show. So what was the one thing you were fucking talking about?
So many things.
Core memories.
Yeah.
We all looked at each other like,
No, I knew what it was. I was gonna.
you fucking dick. You was gonna
I was gonna take it somewhere. We go dark, right?
We go
I was
dark.
gonna be like, right. So Roe versus Wade. Like, no, I'm kidding. Kidding. We're gonna.
You all
keep
know
it.
we don't get political on here, so leave it out of the comments.
Messing with
guys.
him.
We don't?
No, yes, core memories, and just I thought it'd be fun if anyone had, we could go around or whatever and talk about things that and for folks who have seen Disney and Pixar's Inside Out,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
where that concept was kind of even more promoted into the mainstream media. Core memories are, of course, those memories that stick with you that make you who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you look at me with such fucking disdain. I'm just telling you what we're talking about.
I just want to share something that I hold dear to me.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, then go first.
Okay, no, cool.
What's a core memory?
A core memory of you that
Of me?
No, of me.
Oh, I think you heard that too,
Not
right?
everything's about you.
Nobody said that. We're gonna hit that playback.
Don't watch this tape. Dude, back when I think I was around like 10 or 11 years old, I got my first bike, and my dad used to tell me I lived in a city called Alhambra. Anybody who lives here in California, and there was an area that was like just a long steep hill. So, unlike a child does not want to listen to their parent, I'm like, I'll write it down. I don't need a fucking helmet. And so one day, I decided to go up that hill, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see how fucking fast I can go, and like hit the brakes and like come in, like make a little like donut, with the wheel. This is when I realized my dad should have paid a little bit more for that bike.
Oh no.
As I'm hauling ass down, I'm gonna turn into the driveway, and as I press the brake to really hit it, all I hear is, and the brake wire just snap. Mind you, I've only had this bike for like 2 days. It snaps, and it's like that Wile E. Coyote kind of moment where I look at the camera and be like, oh my god. And I try to stop it by like pulling the bike in to just use the bike to literally stop it. There's an apartment building, so we live up here on the top, the second floor. There's the entrance to the first apartment here, and the second apartment's up here. So the first apartment, I tried to scoot in and really just duck and roll, except I'm too scared to like jump off my bike and duck and roll. So my bike hits the step on the front of the apartment A. And my fucking body goes flying backwards. Mind you, an old lady lived there at the time. And I'm upside down with my head to the ground, just slam right into the metal grated door. Ooh. And just... Oh. 5 seconds later. Hello? Like, because she couldn't hear. Oh. And she's like, Ryan, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine, Mrs. Brown. I'm good. And I'm like, here's the kicker. I get home. I tell my dad what happened. He kicks my ass for breaking my bike.
Oh, yes. That's fucked.
First of all,
I see. And
Latino upbringing.
But that is the detail that makes it core.
Yeah.
Because that...
I did nothing wrong.
Two things that's wild is one is that that's the part. It's the part with your dad that kind of makes it like... Yeah. That's so informative of who you are and culturally. And the other second crazy thing is like I'm listening to you start the story and I went... One of the first core memories I had was also me flying off a scooter.
Dang.
Yeah, that's weird to me that you came up with me riding some little vehicle
and
thing.
I flew off my bike.
Flying off. Did you have that in your mind to share?
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, I don't want to share mine, but it's not really. It's not really formal. It's one of the
same concept. Set of apartments. It's 2 houses, and when we opened I used to have a long front yard, really long. Like I could hold like crazy parties there, and then my friend had the same thing. So when you opened our gates, it just connected from one driveway to another, just this long path.
Wow.
And I had this little 10 speed, and I said, I bet you $10 my 10 speed could stop before I hit the house. And he goes, I'll take that bet. So I started my bike all the way to the backyard going forward. Remember, and what's crazy was driveway cement, but we had a little walk path that was cement. So you could pick up speed going that way, then connect, then keep going. And we used to live on a hill, so the way it would go is you go down, you come back up, and you go down again.
Whoa.
So I was doing this. My brakes were worn out. So I hit the brakes as I get closer, and I'm still going. Now I'm slitting. Hit the house, bikes go forward, and I go through the window.
Oh yeah.
Right, like torpedo style, right through it. Like,
Jeez.
I cried running home, and my friend was laughing at me. I'm all cut up.
Oh.
Did you get stitches?
No,
Really?
We
Yeah,
can't
no-
afford stitches in our.
no, I could afford it. I just didn't go get them.
Oh, yeah.
But now my friend had a problem. He had a broken window, and that was his mom's back house.
Oh.
So he goes, oh my God, I'm gonna get in trouble. Because he was laughing. He
was
took a
laugh-
second to stop laughing at me. Like, oh shit, I broke a window. He said, so what he did was he took a cinder block and he threw it through the window.
Oh my god.
And he called the cops. He goes, someone tried to break into my house. And the cops came and was like, yeah, that's the weirdest story. They threw a cinder block, but nothing was stolen.
He's like, what do you think? You know,
To this day,
thieves.
they still don't know I went through that window. My dad came home and he goes, why are you all cut up? And I just told him I was playing with glass or something. I was playing with
I was not playing with glad. He's like, okay.
because I would have got in trouble. 'Cause
That
Oh
tracks,
my
that
God.
tracks.
yeah.
Oh my
so-
What about you, Bex? You got a flying off the bicycle?
No, actually, the one I was thinking of was, I think I was like 7 or whatever, getting like a little too old for daycare, you know, but I was at a daycare and it was like a slow day, so it was just me. I don't know where the actual like caretaker was, but it was
They
just
left you alone?
I don't know why I was alone, but I
You
was
were
like
alone.
checking out like the toys, whatnot, and then there was like the baby section. The baby section had like, I guess, like bunk cribs, I guess, for like, okay, when it's nap time, let's just put them all in one place where they're not gonna like roll away. And I guess they could like lock.
Yeah.
Which is concerning, describing it right now. But anyway, it was just me. It was just me, and I was just messing with stuff, and I ended up, being in one of the cribs. I was like, huh, that's cool. I could fit. And then I was like playing with the door, and I locked myself in. And I don't know where this caretaker was. It was quiet. It was just me. Like I said, it was a slow day at this whatever, and I was like, oh no, and I was like trying to see, can I mess with the door? Can I, unlock something? I think I did try calling out. I don't know. I guess I didn't try that hard or whatever, or no one heard me. I don't know. But anyway, I reached that mindset as a 7-year-old that I am by myself and no one's coming to help. So what I did was I got mad. I got so mad.
Hulked out.
And it was just like, damn it! And I like pushed up at the top of the like crib thing and I busted through. And like I made it through. I climbed down out of the thing, and like when the caretaker came through, I was like fine, because I solved the problem. But like that was a core thing for me, because now I know, hey, if I get stuck, just get big, get mad, and like get out of whatever that thing is. And that, I feel like that has stuck.
That's
for
some
better or for worse.
That's
That
some
was formative
Shawshank
for you.
It was
Redemption
formative
coming
for
out of the
me.
fucking like dirt during the storm.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure watching it from like the outside, it's this small child and a very flimsy thing, probably, but she just like,
This is gonna sound stupid,
yeah.
but as kids, did you guys ever like? So
Defy the laws of physics. Yeah.
besides that, you remember those really tall trash cans with like the lids and all those?
Yeah.
The ones
Like
that
the
they have a lot.
The silver
So-
ones,
One
or like
people
the
you bring to the bottom of your driveway.
Yeah. They have the
Oh.
wheels.
Oh, yeah.
So my friend had new ones. We took it on top of the hill. Because
Oh,
again,
no.
we lived on a steep hill. We took it up and we're like, let's go. We run and dive in it.
Oh, you
And start
slid it.
sliding down.
And the wheels are rolling, but the rest of it's sliding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is
the
that
wheels
what
on the
you're doing?
front, right? And it's like sliding like a sled.
But so the way it's hard to
Wait,
imagine.
is it standing up or is it?
No, it's like on the
no,
floor.
because we had it on its
Mouth
store
open.
and we would run and dive into it.
Uh huh.
And the momentum would start making it go
So
down.
it would
the
be
hill.
like this. Here's the opening,
Uh-huh.
and like it's laying flat on the
So
ground.
it's
You
laying
run
flat
and
on
you
the
literally
ground.
tackle it
Yeah.
down a hill.
Wow.
Yo,
Because my hill,
that
the
sounds
way my
really
hill is,
fun.
it's hard to understand because you have to see it.
Yeah.
But it would go up, straighten out, then go up again, straight out, then curve up.
Much like the inflation in this country.
It was like,
So going down that, you're going down.
yeah, but the steepest part is when you have to go up, like the first up, because then the next steep
It's
part
pretty
is
much
the
like
curve.
this, then that, then a little slightly higher.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's twisting. It's a twisting. It's a twisting curve. It's a twisting hill. So he used to go down the steep hill, which would lead to oncoming traffic, because that led to a main street.
You're still alive
High risk, high
now.
Dude, there was a
return.
lot of dumb
Either
stuff.
you jumping through fucking windows, getting beat for broken chains.
So what's your
Like-
core memory?
Hey man,
Yeah, what'd you
it's
do?
what it's
Al?
like being a Mexican.
Like I broke out of a crib.
You
what
cannot
did you
tell
do?
me.
It's like I hear all this and I'm like,
Did your father ever beat you?
well,
Like,
one
my father
time-
did not
Did you ever
abuse
do
me for
midnight
anybody's
tag?
concern.
huh?
Midnight tag, where you play in the
Midnight
middle of the
tag.
midnight.
Oh,
The middle of the
Streets.
midnight's a bit redundant, but continue.
Where me and my friends would get together at midnight, when everyone's asleep, have our gates open, and we would play tag, but we're running in the street.
Pitch black outside,
Pitch black,
no
dark.
street lights.
No, the street lights were on, thankfully, but yeah, that was scary. Cause like,
No.
because it's dead outside.
yeah, it's so dead.
Like there's no sound.
You're telling me you've never
whatsoever,
done something like that?
I mean, I'm trying to think. But I haven't thought about not that's like a, core memory thing that sticks out. And I try to discern between core memories and just obscure memories that
Yeah.
are singed into your mind for no reason. You know what I mean? Stuff that's like I've never forgotten this, but it means nothing to me. Shit like that.
I have a way of photographing shit like that. Like I still remember this. It was Wednesday at 2:57 p.m. on August. I want to say.
Wait, you have a
16th?
timestamp?
Yeah, no. Here's the thing.
That's exactly that's what I'm talking about.
Because like I was on my bicycle. I was riding with a family friend of ours who live over in Norwalk. They have this like long stretch of like bike paths that actually lead all the way to the beach, from Norwalk to the beach. And so one day my dad, his friend, and her daughter or his daughter, we were like, oh, let's go going. And something in my mind said, I wonder if I could still remember, because when I was a kid I could remember like anything, like almost photographic memory. And then the American education system got a hold of me, took care of that. No, but I was driving, and I happened to look just to the side, and there is a fence. It was a rusted fence with a crunched up brown leaf in the middle of it. And as I look at, I just tell myself, take a photo of this, like remember this.
Yeah,
and
I
just
do
go,
that too. I do.
To this day, I still remember everything that was around that. That photo right there.
in your mind.
There are some things, there are some moments. I did that too growing up, and I still do it to this day. There's like, if you're conscious or like aware to be like, remember this thing. Yeah. There's like freaking like going to the, Science Museum in San Francisco. There was like one specific moment
California
with like,
Academy of Sciences.
yeah, that's what it was.
Love that
yeah,
place.
there was a thing with like the electricity ball. There was a thing with like the magnet, like little like particles.
Magnets, how do they work?
And and then there was another thing with the bubble. It was like those three things. However old I was, it was like you have to remember this, and it stayed. Yeah.
You know what's some useless piece of information?
Oh my God.
Shut the fuck. What are you doing? Oh, your photo. Fuck you. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
I mean, that one got us all. Subtle brainwash. No.
So, no lie,
What's
as
up?
you guys were talking, coworker just messaged me and literally wrote this. We have a dog at work now. They left the dog at our job.
No.
They just left the dog.
Wait, they like used it for a shoot and they just left it?
No,
What do you
I
mean
think
then?
someone brought a dog and literally
And just dumped it?
dumped it.
That hey, you know they did that to my family.
Does
We
the
have
hou-
7
does,
cats.
Does the dog need a home?
No, we're gonna keep him.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna keep him
Oh,
at
it's
the
gonna
studio.
be a studio
Gonna be
dog?
studio dogs.
Okay, good. I was
We're
saying,
gonna
like,
train him.
make sure
Oh,
he's
So
that's
it's
taken
like
nice.
care
find a
of.
place to make him
Right,
sure he
right.
shits.
You know, either way, if it had been what I thought or what actually happened, that still would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if some people like, hey, we brought a dog, we had a photo shoot with this dog, we don't care about the dog, we're just gonna leave the dog.
I'll be like, first of all,
Fuck
how can
those
you do that to
people.
a
Yeah.
dog?
But like, great. Now that's the story of how we got a studio dog.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Zeus because it's Olympic.
Oh yeah.
Little Zeus.
No, dude.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe who's the Greek god of wine and
Oh, that's
Oh,
Dionysus.
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 everyone's partying at
Yeah.
Olympics?
That's Donnie Sus.
That's
Oh yeah.
Oh! Watch Rolling in the
Donnie
Mist.
I hate that I
Watch
never
Rolling in the
got
Mist.
That. Oh, I hate that I never
I've
got
always
that.
been a Greek mythology nerd,
Yeah.
so like I've been eating up this whole mafia thing. Like, the way it's been played out, love it.
I'm a big hentai nerd.
I mean,
And that'll be in season 3.
Oh, okay. Season 3.
Season 3.
Buster Woodman.
I love her reaction. Okay.
I was like, I'll be on
Alright.
the.
Welcome back to Showtime.
I will be mysteriously gone.
On the
for
topic
that
of the
one.
Greeks and
It's like the highest rated episode we've ever
Oh my
done.
Dionysus, that is actually on the very top of my bucket list.
Hentai?
Damn it, Jason.
It's a very weird bucket list, but hey.
No,
Hey, do you, man? Do you?
no.
It's art, according
I
to
don't
what's
think there's
that
anything
one
wrong
guy?
with that. I just don't. God damn it.
Wait, wasn't there a
I
guy
mean-
from The Office who was like, he had a picture of hentai or something, and he's like, it's not filth, it's art, and everybody's looking.
Isn't that Creed?
No, I don't think it was.
I'm
Creed.
pretty sure
it
it's
was
Creed.
somebody
That
who was
sounds like
completely
Creed was
like,
always like that. Archer, the scientist had like a virtual
Oh, yeah.
anime girlfriend who became wife, and then they divorced.
who ended up divorcing him.
Oh no!
Listen, there is artistry involved in hentai.
Hey, man.
I'm not. Now you got me defending hentai. I do not partake.
What was the other thing you were?
Thank you, God. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is my bucket list, top of my bucket list item
It's
is to
porn.
fuck is to visit the theater of Dionysus in
Ooh,
Greece.
yeah.
Which are you familiar?
No, but go on. I'm actually.
It sounds like these two are. The theater of Dionysus is where live theater as we know it
Began.
began.
Was born,
It was
yeah.
it's the
Okay.
world's first theater, and it's like on the side of the mountains in Athens, I think is where it is. And I learned about it in theater history in high school, and ever since then I've just been like, I have to go to this place. Especially then when I was more into, I mean I still am, but like my whole freaking life was theater at that point.
Yeah.
Like I was so much more inspired at that time and into it that I was like, I have to go to this place. I have to see where
This is where it began.
This is where it all begins. This is where what everything that fuels and animates me began.
I just want to
and
go to
still
a.
have that.
I want to go to a country that has a bidet. I want to experience.
All right.
Dude, a bidet?
I have
You
used the
mean
bidet
How
recently
is
for
it?
the
Home
first
Depot?
time. Have you used it?
No.
Okay, I've used.
we act like it's a fucking mystical, like, yo, tell me, how was the experience?
I mean, no, yeah,
My
no.
friend has told me it has pinpoint precision.
Ooh!
Well, I've used a not great
so
bidet,
excited.
unless I used it incorrectly, and then I used a bidet recently,
Yeah.
like as in what day? When we're in May. It's May now.
Yeah.
Back in March, I used a
Damn.
good bidet for the first time. So just recently, it's fantastic.
You felt cleansed.
And it was on a heated
Oh.
Yeah.
toilet seat. It was an amazing.
He told me when he
Unbelievable.
was in.
I don't
I think it was
know.
Japan. He
Yeah,
used
Japan,
it.
they have the.
He used it, and he goes, dude,
Their
that
toilet
thing
level
has
is-
spot on precision. You just feel cleaner.
Well, you got to move around a little bit to give you know.
You gotta
it
swish it.
It
Gotta
shoots
get the
in one
rump
place,
in.
and you move where all the dirt. You move
Just
everywhere.
dancing on the toilet.
Yeah, a little bit, and
That's
then
funny.
you hit the button.
get all
when
the
you're done, and
crevices?
it stops, and there's one crevice. Let's.
Looked at it.
How many?
Wait, do
what
you
the hell
have
does your ass
multiple-
look like?
See, there's a difference between a crevice and a canyon.
Let's. I need fan art of what people think fucking Jason's ass looks like.
No.
Look, man,
Full
I
of
don't want to see your
crevices.
name in Rule 34, dude.
If you do that,
It's happening.
I'll
Let's say
I'll
we
do
need a
a
timestamp. How long
23,
did it
a 24 by 36, and put it right here.
Oh no! Don't do it. Like,
I'll put it right here. We'll frame it.
We'll pixelate it because YouTube will take it down.
I'll get mahogany wood frame for it.
But hey,
Oh, God,
you
what have we
Patreon viewers out there will get it non-pixelated.
That's gonna be for the Patreon.
These are some weird awards I'm getting.
hey, that's what all it's all about.
Sorry, Kevin.
Some content
We're
is
about
for
to lose
others.
some Patreon.
Oh my god.
the dude who's into hentai who's watching this has a
Alright.
dude who's into
girl.
multiple or girls. Excuse me. Yes, the person who's into hentai has a friend who's into multiple butt cracks, and then you gotta join Patreon for this thing. They have something for all of us.
You know what's curious
for
though?
everybody.
Like
Fun for the
you go to
whole
like an
family.
anime con. You go to like
like
an anime con.
No, but I used to work at a hotel where there was a hentai con.
Okay, so this is where I'm gonna lead
Yes,
to that.
word.
I'm gonna lead to that. This is the first episode we
Put
talked
it
No,
out.
I'll
about.
have to. That was it.
Do you think like they look at like squids and octopuses, tentacles?
You mean
and shit?
vor?
No.
Oh no, vor is
something
where
different.
now.
It's the consumption of something.
I think I know why I thought
We're
that, but
well
yes,
versed here
continue.
at
Yeah,
Ottawa.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have you ever like really looked at an octopus's arm or a squid's arm or whatever,
Yeah.
and just really think to yourself like that? You want that to go into a person?
or touch. Well, there is
Why would you wish that
old
on
Japanese
someone?
art like
I mean,
way
that's
before
the
hentai.
original.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You see,
I
like
don't know. I'm trying to
because
think.
they
Are you
couldn't
talking?
draw penises. That's why. Yeah.
Are you talking about anime porn? Or are you talking about octopus specific.
Well, like that's
Porn.
what the whole hentai craze has always been with
Oh,
all
I
the
thought
tentacles.
hentai was just
I mean, it's
It's
that,
animated pornography of any kind.
but the one trope.
wanna say.
no.
One of the
hentai
tropes-
is men, I believe.
No.
Oh,
Really? I thought
There's
it was,
lesbian
I thought it
hentai
was
shit?
boys.
Yaoi and Yuri. That's
Yeah,
it.
there's different categories
I
of
don't know
hentai.
what you're talking about.
Well, you're talking about men specific or women specific.
I thought hentai was men specific anime porn.
Think of
hentai
it
technically translates. I want to say to pervert.
Yeah.
The word
Think-
pervert.
Think of hentai like the word porn. It's just a. It's
I
just
do.
an umbrella.
I do.
It's an umbrella, and
It's
then
an
we
umbrella.
go in
thought
and
it
there's
was a
different
genre
categories.
specific porn. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
there's genre specific hentai under hentai, but yeah, just like many porn things, there's different types.
But it's porn.
But yeah, one of
it's
the
animated porn.
tropes is tentacles.
Yeah. That.
And I always thought about that. I was like, why do I want to see this?
Yeah, I don't.
To our
know.
Japanese viewers
I
out there
don't.
and creators of hentai, please
But
let
for
us know
the
in the
purpose
comments
of
below.
study, I did
Yeah.
see it.
Uh-huh.
I've never been the same.
So,
For the purpose of study, he
for the
did see it.
purpose of
Yes.
study.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, huh, this is fucked up. I kept watching.
How, how studious of you.
Gosh.
How scholarly.
Wow.
Wow, we don't give Jason enough credit around here.
So,
Let
what
me
were
tell
the
you.
other topics that you
All right,
had?
by all means.
No, we're not done here. No.
No.
I've never dreamed right ever since.
No. Vor. Let's get into Vor. No, let's not get.
Yeah, let's leave
I
this
don't wanna.
conversation.
All right, I think I'll just go down. Do you want me to go down the list or just?
Hey, give it a shot. See what you got.
All right, the list of burner topics I have are fun facts lightning round,
The bear community.
swearing in Bex, City of Mist season where we play ourselves, personality tests, good news, which I wrote as like anyone have like good news in their life, not like the good news.
Yeah. The section of the podcast where we, give
We
you
did
good
core
news.
memories and then hidden talents.
Oh.
Fuck, I got none of that.
I'll read it backwards. Hidden talents, good news, personality tests, City of Mist season where we play ourselves, which is something I thought about while we were playing today. Swearing in Bex or fun facts
All
lightning
right,
round.
real quick. If that whole City of Mist playing ourselves, if this game of our characters is a reflection of us, we are fucking dead off the get go.
Oh my.
Well, I was
gosh.
talking. I guess we're jumping into this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
for it.
so I was
Yeah.
talking to Bex before. I didn't want to get too much into it because I figured we might talk about
Yeah.
this. I don't know what it was. But we were playing today, and I was just thinking like, okay, well, I was telling Bex it's like we this is our second season, and when we come up with characters, at least how I do it is, I think you think about the logos and the mythos, and when
Yeah.
I'm creating a character, I like to think of roles I like to play and types I like to play, things I want to just have fun with doing. I never get the opportunity to do maybe. That complement each other. The logos, the down to earth
Yeah.
stuff, and then the mythos, the mythological stuff. What complements each other or contrasts and would be interesting. Then I thought, as we were sitting around the table today, I was like, what about me? What if it was just us playing ourselves? And then like, what in this world that we're sitting in right now, what mythos would make sense and complement Pablo well, and Jason
that's a
and
good
Bravo, and
question.
you know? And if we were to play a game like that, you know, we could take some parts of ourselves, like none of us here are any one thing.
Yeah.
But Jason's like, to use as an example, you're a photographer.
Yeah.
So Jason Piguero in the game is a photographer. You do more things, but let's say you took that one aspect of
Yeah.
you and that's your logos. And then you kind of you emphasize that, and then Jason the photographer, what's your mythos? Pablo the actor, but I'm also like a theater manager at a theater, or house manager at a theater. That's it. That's the logos. That's
We're all
what he
managers.
does. We're all
That's our
managers.
logos manager.
Managers. And
I'm a
then,
manager without the title of the increase in fucking pay.
yeah. So I hadn't even given an answer to about myself about what mythos I would put to myself. So I thought that'd be an interesting.
What would I be as a mythos?
Yeah,
Well,
like,
look, to answer your question, like when you create your characters, in every multiplayer game that I've ever played, I always play like a support character, and my definition is because I want to win the game. Whether it's like healing the allies or taking the damage and like RTS is in RPGs for those who play it, like, and so even for like season 1, I chose Leo Castello because I'm like we're gonna do some
So
stupid
you'd be
ass shit.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I'm the Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that's your mythos.
Oh,
He made the bomb. He killed many people and you won.
good.
Oppenheimer for the Manhattan Project.
Yeah.
You're saying
You know
that's
what?
Bravo's
It's Bravo.
Mythos?
I feel like honestly, yes.
The ultimate
because
win.
Really?
Honestly,
What?
look, Jason knows me
Oh.
better than anybody here, and like he knows that I'll always find a way, one, to win, and two, to do it in the most complex.
Ain't no bigger win than the nuke.
Oh my god.
Depends on who you ask.
The guy who launched it.
Yeah.
That's
The one who later regretted his ways of winning the war.
Oh my god.
No, but like yeah, like for me, I would think it would have to be like a science. I'm not saying that I'm smart and genius in any way
What's your
whatsoever.
Mythos?
But like, I want to say, damn, Oppenheimer's a pretty good one, though.
Hey,
like,
I mean,
yeah.
who else?
it's pretty fucking good.
I mean, if you really want to get
Chose
like,
a real guy.
yeah.
you want to be like, I'm basing it off real people, so
Well, real quick, let's get the are mythos only to like the supernatural, mythological, or can they be actual people?
They can be actual people.
Joe Pesci.
The big thing is like they have to be people who would have sort of like a legend around.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. Straight up.
Is he
Say
not a
he's not
legendary
legendary.
actor? I wanted to do my mythos on Joe Pesci, and Kevin just shot it like, no. Why would
Because
he?
what the fuck would your powers be?
Bro,
You think I'm funny?
Guns out of your fucking palms?
Have you seen how intimidating he was in Goodfellas?
Okay,
It's true,
but-
man.
But
Come
there's
on.
nothing. But that's the thing about.
He's funny
See, look,
and
look, you know.
yeah.
I don't know.
He has a very, very strong character that anybody
Yeah.
who'll be watching the show or us creating it would be like, yes, that's Joe Pesci kind of stuff.
He banged Sharon Stone.
Okay, but
That's
here-
a very
here's what-
very big feat.
What's your ability, Bang Stone?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
just
Like,
Stone, Sharon Stone. Okay, she was beautiful.
I guess that could be cool. I guess there's just nothing very cinematic or
Do we need to go through Joe Pesci's
No, listen. Like, okay,
filmography?
Oppenheimer.
just
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if he was Oppenheimer, his mythos would have the powers over maybe like he could,
moral
Nuclear
moral
radiation.
ambiguity.
you know, bend the
Gangster
fantasy.
radiation.
Oh
Gangster
fuck
radiation.
Oh my gosh.
You have like gangster sonar, like Aquaman for fish, but you can.
I can
That's an
communicate.
OG
And
right
people are
there.
just like they come out of the shadows and come to your aid. It's like, let's go, this is. We're being called.
I can call on
science
any
community.
gangster.
Call of Duty.
I can call on any gangster.
Any gangster within a 100-mile radius.
It doesn't matter what family.
Doesn't matter what family.
Yo,
Okay.
you writing this down? I got some powers.
You see, this is what I'm fucking fine. If you can make Joe
No,
Pesci,
Joe Pesci wouldn't
magical
be
in it.
me.
Oh, you wouldn't be your.
No, dude, I'm not Joe Pesci.
It's the mythos within you.
No, honestly, if I had to pick a real person to represent me, I would like to think Robin Williams because of how funny
really?
he is. Yeah, and I'm always joking.
That's a big. Okay,
Alyssa Earhart.
It's a big compliment to yourself.
Well, it's either that or Jim Carrey because they were always goofy guys.
Yeah.
They were always
Robin
clowns.
Williams
But
is
also like deeply sad.
is like the reason I became an actor.
Yeah.
as he is, I'm for millions. Of people
Oh yeah,
who are-
very inspiring.
Now, like I said, I'd like to think I'm Robin Williams.
Yeah,
I could probably be honestly.
Sick, demented way.
Yeah.
that would be a good, like, you know, if you were going to use an actor or something, you know, that mythos, the legend of him is his
God. I
could be-
career.
I could
You
be the
could be the genie. You could be the
Dude,
genie.
that is some stop holding
Robin
back
Williams
bullshit
may
right
be,
there.
and that's just the genie.
Yeah.
The other
There's
roles and
also
stuff that he's done.
Peter Pan.
Yeah.
He's a master of
I
disguise
love Peter
with
Pan, too.
No, that's
what's-
Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
no, when
Dana
he
Carvey.
changed into when he was a woman, he changed into
Oh,
a woman.
yeah.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire, thank you.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah. There you go.
God.
You can push that to
To
me.
be
Master
fair,
of disguise.
that was his brother who did that in the movie. It wasn't Robin Williams.
But he had to act and create
Yeah,
the
his brother
character.
put the
his
big
name is
one.
on that title.
But yeah, but Robin Williams with Genie alone, but then the rest of his career may be the most OP mythos
Yeah.
Wow.
anyone could have.
Okay, well here.
And you know what
What
would
would
be
be
funny?
yours?
If I were to fight, I wouldn't even turn to his fictional character. I'd probably be what's his character from Goodwill?
Oh, they said from Peter Pan.
Oh, I
He
don't
was
remember the
Peter Pan.
character,
Yeah.
but he's the professor.
I would just talk to them. Just have a sit-down therapeutical session.
well,
It's not your
Dead
fault.
Poet Society.
not
You
your
could,
fault.
you
It's
could,
not
Oh yes, the Pulp Society.
Oh,
you
that's
could
such a good
inspire
one.
anybody.
Yeah,
Or
to-
Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning
Dude,
Vietnam.
you're like the ultimate character.
That's what I'm saying. Good Morning Vietnam, and the mythos power is you have like a booming supersonic voice.
And
that
if
hits
all
the
if all
airwaves.
that fails, I could do stand-up. Because that's what he
could-
was. He was a stand-up.
Yeah.
He was a stand-up comedian.
It's very
Robin
talented,
Williams is
very
OP.
talented.
What about you, Bex?
He's
What would be
shoot.
your
I mean,
IRL?
IRL Mythos.
The IRL. So are we going just off of real people now?
Yeah,
I gave him Oppenheimer.
I don't know how we got into real people. Yeah, he started with Oppenheimer.
Well,
but it
didn't
could
you?
be
Oh no,
any
yeah, you're
mythos
right. You're
that
right.
works
You
for
mentioned what mythos would work for you. It doesn't have to be
it's still the
specifically.
game.
I'm
It's
just
still the
picking
game.
real people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did get stuck on real people.
Honestly, you know, mine was Quetzalcoatl from season 1. Like that's the reason why
still would
I
be
chose that
Quetzalcoatl?
one. I feel like that would be me. One because I've always been fascinated with old Mesoamerican culture, but I like helping people in my own way. I like learning about things. I try to be as fast as the wind, but that shit ain't gonna happen. And just the imagery of like snakes. Back when I was younger, like we used to have those in the house. My mom used to have snakes and stuff like that. And so like even birds. So just when I first learned about Quetzalcoatl, I was just so amazed by it. And so yeah, I feel like if non-humanoid person, non-real person, then yeah, mine would still be Quetzalcoatl. But yeah, Bex, you're the most of them.
Jeez, that's really hard to choose.
Who would
I mean, as I said, I've always been like a big Greek mythology like nerd. So Persephone was definitely my favorite. But if I were to like just put that aside,
Like this is
yeah, I'm
Bex.
still thinking.
this is bad.
You were chosen.
Who am I? Who even am I?
Dionysus. No.
I am a mythical character, just me by myself. No, geez, I'd probably go with either a mermaid or like a werewolf. And these are my reasonings. So, with
I was stuck in a crib and I broke through that bitch.
well, I was gonna say, I was like, okay, for the like ragey part of that, like, okay, there's a problem and it's just me, like, like, all right, let's do this. That's why I say like werewolves are great because they could be very destructive, whatnot. I also am very resistant to like the cold. I've got a nice insulation. But I mean, werewolves, they're
What the
furry,
hell is
right?
that? Thick Dive Save Lives?
Yeah, it's saving my life anyway.
I was just like,
But
better start going to the
but I
gym,
was
man. You gotta get that insulation.
I got them
I'm warm. I'm like I can bite stuff.
I can bite stuff.
Bite? Did you say bite stuff in the foot?
Bite stuff.
No.
So
She's like, these are my
can
character
fight my
traits.
way
I
out.
bite stuff.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm a fighter.
I'm a
Listen,
fighter, I'm
I
a
was
lover.
trying to think,
I'm
and I
listening.
was coming up dry. I was
I'm a
like, if it's
midnight
not
choker.
Persephone, I don't know. So I mean, but like, I love dogs.
The werewolf.
I want to be one. I'm not a furry.
The mermaid thing was because I grew up doing years and years of like synchronized swimming. So and funny thing was like when I stopped doing swimming, I don't know what happened. My body like freaked out. It was like, why are we not in water? I don't know. But I like started breaking out in eczema. So I would just like joke around and be like, oh yeah, it's because I'm supposed to be back in the water because I'm a mermaid. Ha 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 ha. So that's what I'm thinking. It'd be like between those two. If we could merge them into a weremaid,
Why the hell not?
maybe that's it.
I know what I would be.
It's a new myth.
I'd be that Cyclops that got stabbed in the eye by
Oh
Odysseus.
gosh.
Because I just thought of it. He stood home, he ate, and he was fat. That sums up pretty much.
That
me.
sounds like a good
when I
life.
get when an ant bites me, I was like, I imagine that's Odysseus.
Up
I'm like,
until
all
it
right,
got burned
fucker,
in
and
the
I punch
eye,
him.
but yeah.
So there, I'd be that Cyclops, and then I curse him. Like, Dad, kick his ass.
Nobody hurt me.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with myself.
It's
Oh my god.
accepted. What?
Shit. Oh my god. I had a perfect.
Oh, I went ahead and done mine.
Yeah, let's see.
Right, yeah, dude.
Yeah, you guys are doing two. What the heck?
Well, mine is now fictional.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think if I sit here and I think like, okay, the Logos is a version of myself.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be my whole freaking life. So I would think, to think about what is my mythos, I think about what legend would make sense that I'm like it's reincarnated as me. You know what I mean? What lives within me. And based on who I am and like, to have that mystery element of it, of like the question of like whatever in the mythos cards. Or what are they called? Theme books.
Theme books.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what makes sense? Maybe some kind
Kevin's
of
so proud over there.
Thanks,
Looks
Dad.
like we're out of time for rolling in the mist stuff. Moving on.
Fucking just, but like, okay. One of the things that came to mind, some kind of artist, some kind of or something. Pagliacci came to mind.
Pagliacci.
Which I would have to do more research about,
Yeah.
but I don't want this to sound like a pity party or anything. It's not what I mean, but it's just like, because we all got problems or whatever. But like, Pagliacci, for those who don't know, is known as the tragic clown, and there's that age-old thing of like, like the doctor says, what is? Do you remember what it is? It's like,
honestly, not top of my head.
Rorschach talks about it in Watchmen.
You're stuck in here with me.
Not that. No, he tells it's a joke about Pagliacci, and the doctor says something to him like,
You think?
that's what it is. The joke is that Pagliacci, the tragic clown, goes to the doctor, and he tells the doctor, oh wait, I already ruined the joke.
It's okay.
Forget everything you already heard. I'm confused.
Rewind the tape.
There's a mollusk and a sea cucumber. Okay, no, a man goes to the doctor and he says to him, "I'm terribly depressed. I can't laugh.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. I can't laugh. Whatever. I have no joy and no reason to live. I don't know what to do." And the doctor says to the man, "Well, you're in luck. The great clown Pagliacci is performing at the theater in town this weekend. You should go see him." And the man says to the doctor, "But doctor, I am Pagliacci."
Yeah.
And that's the joke. I fucked it up by giving the punchline right away. So there's a whole thing. I think there's
You
like
got there. That's all that matters.
there's an Italian opera or something around Pagliacci. There's some great there's ancient
There
drama
must
about
be.
it.
Yeah, I mean, like.
So there's legend around it, and I would just find what kind of magical
What you're telling me is
stories.
that you're depressed.
That's why I'm saying I'm not like a pity party, whatever. But like
So
the
your
tragic
Mythos is a clown.
Yeah,
A
Pagliacci,
jokester.
the
entertainer
jokester,
or
but
whatever.
he's got a deeper thing about him,
Yeah.
and there's something kind of mystical about him. So it might be Pagliacci.
He has a great
And-
voice, from what I remember.
Huh?
Wasn't he like?
You're talking about
he
Liberace?
sings.
If it's the opera, if it's the Italian opera about him, then yeah. What'd you say?
I'm like,
He's like, he has a great voice. I think he's talking about Liberace.
He's like, you mean Liberace? You're like, no.
I'm trying to think, who are these people? I'm just making up words.
Pagliacci wouldn't necessarily be my landing.
Well, here's the
place, but
thing.
That's the first thing.
You're always more than welcome to have your phone on you in case we ever we bring up stuff. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Got up the top.
I honestly, okay, I'll be real.
Yeah, be
I
real.
was just bringing up the words from the song "Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream" because they talk about Pagliacci and Liberace.
Oh.
It's in the
That
same
song?
verse. No. Yeah, you gotta listen to it.
Yeah.
And
I know
lots
the
of
song,
wavy
but-
hair like Liberace.
You're right.
Oh,
So
shit.
that's that.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I said
You know
there
what we should
wasn't
do?
anything else behind that thought other than that song.
We should on the next one we should pick powers that seem useless on paper and we make them strong. We have like you get what I'm
I
saying?
think we had this conversation a while back.
What?
So, because I got an idea from Emma when you told me she did the VeggieTales people, I was like, how would that work?
Like your Mythos is the
You might wanna Call me
VeggieTales.
by name. I'm not on camera.
It's all right. They don't.
I
need
love
to
how
know.
much we're talking to Kevin off.
I know.
camera.
But basically, like a Mythos where it's like this does not look like it would work in a fight, and we would make it work.
Sure.
I think that would be fun because we would have to really think like, fuck, how do we
Like
use?
you did with that Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. Something just like
That shit was broke.
how was it?
was.
Like it
That
broke
was
the
cool.
So
world.
I thought
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny, and then I started thinking, no, he's more like the Mask. The Mask would have been a better.
Mask is a good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then when they did the Mask versus Deadpool. I forget-
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
the-
Jeremy, do you remember the series?
Death Battle?
Death Battles.
Yeah.
I remember. Sorry, Kevin. I plugged your name there. But they did the death, and dude, he's like, oh my god, he really is stupid broken. Like there was the only way to kill him was to take off the mask. If he had the mask on, he's pretty much a god. It's like, yeah, how are you gonna fight that?
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to do something where like my power's trash, like literally
The power of trash. So
But no, think about it, think
Oscar, I thought about it.
No, like-
I'm done thinking about it.
Think about this.
Power. Trash. Got
Now,
it.
hear me out.
I'm
To
here.
control and manipulate trash.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know who
In
you're
a
talking
city,
about.
yeah. 'Cause I'm not gonna say more about, but to manipulate it in
Oh,
the
wow.
city.
Yeah, no, you control
In
the
the
city.
city, like-
trash is everywhere.
Yeah, it literally is a dump.
Yeah.
We can just go outside right now. Look, there's some right there.
Trash, yeah, and just
Come
move
to
it
me.
with your.
Los
Are you
Angeles,
like
you're a
Magneto
dump.
with trash?
Trash,
Just
yeah,
messing
trash
with
Nito.
people's homes at that point.
Reminds me of did anyone ever watch the show Misfits? It was a British show.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good show.
Yeah, a show about a storm that comes through London or somewhere in the UK, and the storm makes like 90% of people have some kind of superpower. There's an episode where there's a man whose only power he got was the power to manipulate milk.
Yeah.
He becomes the most dangerous, most
Yeah.
lethal fucking human being
Because,
ever.
and here's why.
Yeah,
Go off
Spoiler alert
I've
if you
seen
haven't
I've
watched
seen
the show.
If you haven't watched the show, this is a spoiler for that
Basically,
episode, but it's great.
He became like a news sensation until the
Yes.
kids revealed their powers, and they have real powers. Like
Yeah.
one cannot die, one can read one can make you sexually aroused to them if when she touches.
One turns
It was-
invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he became like lame, and his girlfriend, who thought it was cool, was about to leave him. She had coffee with half and half, and he literally pulled it up to her throat and suffocated
Which
her.
is mainly how he killed everybody.
Yeah.
Is they had some. He's like, it's the cheese Danish you had for lunch, and, like, and he moves the
Yeah.
Anything
dairy
dairy.
in them
Yeah.
into their lungs or into
Yeah.
their throat, or he kills them in some
kills
way
Danish.
inside.
Wow.
So I was like, that sounded stupid at first, and then I was like, whoa, that's actually dangerous.
And one of the dudes is immortal.
Yeah.
And so he's like, what are you gonna do? And he does his little inside your body milk stuff, and he turns him into a vegetable. He like puts it into his brain, moves
my.
the.
And he's like, what am I going to do?
And he became a sensation because he could control milk, and he was just like popping cups of milk.
Yeah, he was just
on
doing
the
little party
internet.
tricks.
It was,
Still
yeah, it
no
was pretty
party
much
tricks.
like an online viral thing.
Yeah.
But he was like very. Anyways, I don't want to get any more into that. But like
Wow.
that's
Watch the show.
That could have been great.
Yeah.
So trash manipulation,
Yeah.
be unstoppable.
I think the question would then be like, 'cause, you know, some heroes can only work in certain areas. Like, would you think that Spider-Man would work well out in the fucking like
The desert?
the desert?
No, I mean,
No.
well, he could if he's close to rocks formations or something, or he does this, just pull himself on the ground.
At what point would something be considered trash?
I was getting
Yeah,
that because
yeah,
if it's like waste, then it could be fucking anywhere. A farmland, you'd just be throwing cow shit at bad guys. It could be no problem.
But then
I'm
it,
sorry, I'm having so much fun with
No,
all this
yeah,
shit
that's a
right
good idea. Hi, Kevin.
now. You'd like to join in the conversation?
Yes.
I'm
Welcome.
dropping in here real quick
do.
because I need to talk about this. Has anyone ever seen the anime Law of Ueki?
No.
Of a
No,
Weki?
but I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
It's an obscure anime where it's basically like, oh, let's get a bunch of kids together and have them do, you know, like a fucking tournament of fighting, and we'll give each of them a superpower. And most of them are like, you know, you turn blank into blank. The main guy, though, he can turn trash into trees.
yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, and so
Oh,
he's
what?
yeah, and so he
Yeah,
spends
that's
most,
an old anime, but it's good.
Yeah,
Wow.
he spends most of the series just like picking up trash and then beating the shit out of people with like
Yeah.
logs and stuff. But I'm gonna spoil a bit of this anime.
It's old.
It's old though. But like near the end of the series though, he unlocks his like hidden power, and everyone else has like some cool shit. And then when they find out what his is, like it's basically like, listen, whenever he summons a tree, he can take off a piece of that tree, and now it's technically trash.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And
Like there
so-
was one guy, I remember a villain, he would drink water and he would spit fire.
Yeah, he could. There was one guy who could like drink water. Like everyone else had like badass powers. Like one dude had like he would take CDs and turn them into saw blades or some shit like that.
Wow.
Because it was a tournament between heaven and hell.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was like a tournament between like a bunch of different gods to see who would become like king god or whatever.
But if
it
you
was
cheated, you went straight to hell.
Yeah.
That was what happened. You would go
What's
straight
the
to
name of
hell.
this anime again?
Law of Ueki.
Yeah, it's a good
How do you
anime.
spell-
All right, I'll give it a whirl.
There's actually a second part to it, but they never animated it.
UEKI. Yeah, and the second part's not that important because they changed everything.
Yeah.
It's basically a new series. But I just wanted to say like what you were talking about, like trash is
Yeah.
power. Like
No, that was an
that-
inspiration for it
Oh,
because I love
really?
that. I remember that, and I saw that back in high school, and I really liked it.
That's so cool.
Added it
I
to
just
my
love
list.
that was like the final like Super Saiyan like twist. It was just like, wait a minute,
Anything.
if you take a piece of bark off the tree I just made, it's
Yeah.
trash.
Exactly.
And I can make another tree. Recycling is the greatest superpower.
Captain Planet.
Well, in the case that you're talking about a character that controls trash, whatever your mythos would be for that. I'm picturing a situation where you get locked in a room with no windows, doors, walls, and nothing in there, and you're with a villain or an antagonist. Yeah. They go, "What are you gonna do now? No trash." You just go rip off your sleeve, throw it on the ground. He goes,
It's like slow motion.
And then you make it a snake, and it fucking kills him.
It's like
anything you discard.
Yeah.
That's
anything
I guess.
that's technically been used in some way.
Unless you want to make it like more specific, it's like, okay, it has to go in a trash can. They go, well, what do you constitute as a trash
No, because then all trash is all over the streets.
That's true too.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be in a receptacle.
Yeah.
That would be a weak power then. That nerfs your power a lot if it has to be in a
But I
receptacle.
mean, then in that case, if it just touches the ground, it's considered trash.
I have the power of
It's
waste.
Yeah.
I guess.
But what would you consider waste? Because then, like, what was it like when you watch like what's the thing that they do when like food starts decomposing, but you can use it to grow
compost.
Yeah, compost.
Yeah.
Would you consider compost waste?
I feel
even though it's formed out of waste.
I feel like the arch villain of your trash superhero here is like an artist who like takes all the trash and turns it into art.
yeah.
It's like, haha, your powers won't work on this now, trash.
Feed me.
No, because then I can run up and push it down to the ground. It's trash again.
I was
it's
You're
just a
just
final
making
thing.
another autistic statement. You're doomed.
Yes. It's called
Yo, that
That
was
would
some
break
fetish.
that artist's heart if you were able to animate his trash sculptures. Meaning that if you were able to do that, then he knows definitively
That they've
my
always
art
been
is
trash.
trash. I can make it into whatever I want, but it is still inherently trash.
That's
made
like
of trash.
That's the final battle. Is the court of public
Imagine you
opinion.
go into the
It's just one giant sculpture made out of trash, and it's like there's like a whole like audience.
What is
of
this
people.
audience?
Exactly. It's like depending on whether they're like anyone in the audience holds value over it or not. It's who
doesn't
controls
even-
it.
It's trash.
Leave it to.
I know, right? That's the true horror.
what?
Oh my
I don't know. Just it's like, you know, if your power was I control wood,
Yeah.
and you saw a wood statue or whatever, you'd be able to manipulate that. So it just comes down to materials. Like, leave it to whoever.
Yeah.
To,
I mean, there's
extremists to
aluminum,
make
there's plastic,
philosophical.
there's
Recyclables.
waste,
Yeah.
there's poop.
Just electrical.
No, you've been trying to talk about poop since we began,
And I got
you
it
told
in.
me before. Yeah, goddamn it.
It's waste. No.
It's waste.
Okay, here's the thing. Going back to
Manure.
animes real quick.
Manure.
One manga that I found out a while back, and I told Kevin about it, that we've been really interested in, is something called The Record of Ragnarok. You guys know what that is?
Fantastic manga. Don't watch the anime.
The anime could use a lot of work. It's on Netflix, but the manga is great. So the Record of Ragnarok, for anybody who doesn't know, and for you guys, is the heavens from all different what are you fucking touching? From all cultures, religions, they all live up in heaven, and they're pretty much like living it like normal people. But there comes a point when they're like, we are sick of human beings. They destroy the world we give them, yada yada. You know, they hate us. And then Zeus is the king, is the top, and they're like, why don't we just wipe them out now? Great. And so they're about to exterminate us until one of the Valkyries says, you know, why don't you give them a chance to defend? Like, let them defend themselves. No, what's the point? And she plays off their egos. Like, well, I guess you guys just are a bunch of chicken shits then.
Yeah.
And so the whole arc or the whole show is, or manga, is that they have their champions on God's sides and our champions. And give it a watch, give it a read. The first champion is the Chinese hero Lu Bu versus Thor.
Oh man.
Then after that, it was Adam, like the first human being, versus Zeus.
Yeah, and the whole series is basically just like a bunch of. It's basically an excuse to do these like weird matchups, like Jack the Ripper
Yeah.
versus Hercules.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Human
Like people
legends
who
to,
actually
like,
existed in our history against gods.
against deities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that poses a question, and we had actually when we were first talking about like, well, who would be humanity's champions aside from the ones that have already been chosen in the manga?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that'd be
I'd go for him.
Oh,
Young
who's
Mike
go-
Tyson.
Like today's champion.
It could be anybody. Here's the thing: they don't have to be fighters. There's Nostradamus, who is one of the fighters in the thing. There is Nikolai Tesla. He's a representative of humanity in the manga.
Yeah, everyone gets like anime powers in this
Yeah.
series. Like
Heck
it's not just
Then
like
Nikolai Tesla going, "Let's go, motherfucker."
exactly.
Yes, fisty cuffs.
This makes me think. I'm such a child, but Fairly Odd Parents, where like they have these people on their team. I forget what the episode is, but they're like they have the founding fathers. And they show a shot of Benjamin Franklin like controlling wind and like thunderstorm and whatever, and they're like, hey, maybe we have a chance.
That is the exact tone of the manga.
Yes, that's exactly it, dude.
Humanity's champions now.
And it could be from anyone, like good, bad, it doesn't matter. Like again, Lubu was the vanguard, and Lubu was like a tyrant during the War of the Three Kings, something like that. So it could be anybody.
See, here's the thing. I mean, we've had this conversation before.
Pablo Escobar.
Cool. Love that. Theodore Roosevelt versus like the Minotaur. I'd like to see that fight.
Theodore Roosevelt versus the Minotaur.
Yeah. He's got like a magic gun or something like that.
He's bulletproof.
He used to wrestle bears, didn't he? Wasn't that a thing?
That's where the teddy bear came from.
No, it isn't.
It isn't.
No, the fun fact lightning round. All right, so mine is the teddy bear is named after Teddy Roosevelt, but the story goes because he was an outdoorsman, he was a hunter. He went on a hunting trip with his buddies, and the guys he went hunting with had trapped a bear in a bear trap and whatever, and they were like, "Hey, Teddy, we got one for you. All right, take him out."
And he released it.
And he was like, "This isn't sportsmanly. This isn't your." No,
this is not a hunt.
This isn't the hunt. So he had them release him.
He wanted to be on equal grounds with the bear.
So
and that story about his character.
He's like, come at me.
Yeah. This is unfortunately. Let him go. Takes off his shirt. He's ripped.
He gives the bear a knife. Let's go.
He gives the bear a knife. He's just got a shit ton of chest
He
hair.
just draws a circle in the dirt. Let's go.
So that story got out, and then when the story got out during one of his election
He
campaigns,
got shot.
the teddy bear got
in one of
named.
his speeches, didn't he?
He got shot, then continued the speech.
No.
He criticized the shooter and then continued the speech.
Yeah, he got shot. They took him to the hospital. He came back and did the speech.
Talk shit about his crappy aim.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you're aware that I've been shot. Like that's literally something he said. I love it. So that's who I want to see in a manga.
Teddy clearly is a
I love that.
world champion.
That's amazing.
For anybody who's ever played the game Civilization, they know there's a glitch in the game where Gandhi is a representative, and he's actually the most violent NPC in the game. He rushes nuclear holocaust before any other, like, if you play like the game, Gandhi's like, let's be friends, but in reality he's actually building up armed forces. It's a glitch. They're like, why the fuck is Gandhi so violent in this game? So I want to see Gandhi as a representative of humanity. See what he can do.
Well, like, here's my question. Now, you say that like if we had to have humanity's champions go up against gods, but they don't have to be fighters.
Yeah.
So how are they going up against?
So in the
them?
manga,
Okay.
it explains, because I don't want to reveal too much.
They have manga powers.
They have manga powers, but they themselves don't have manga powers. They gain it through help.
Through help.
Fuck it, I'll tell you now. Watch the anime, read the manga. The Valkyries, there's 12 of them, because there's going to be 12 fights. Each Valkyrie transforms into a weapon that can actually harm the gods, that fit the champion.
Oh, the
So
Valkyries turn into
Lubu has a
weapons.
halberd. That was the weapon of his historical choice.
Okay.
Adam is, because he's a human, weapons weren't really created. He has straight up brass knuckles with the spikes.
Right on.
Okay.
And I don't reveal the rest of the fights because they're fucking great.
But I get okay.
Yes.
So they don't have to be fighters, but they get weapons.
Yes.
So if
Well,
I were
it
to-
was the loophole in the anime because in humans and gods they're not on equal footing.
Of course, I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would need a weapon to go up against this guy with powers.
Yeah.
But they are fighting.
Yes.
Yes, they're 100% fighting.
Now in the manga,
Okay.
like
But no, but what he's saying is like it's like Nikola Tesla. Like how could he fight? But then the thing
Yeah,
is,
even with a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. It hasn't gone to the chapter where we come to see the two non-combatants or the three non-combatants. But we spoke about this. Is instead of a physical fight, what would be the challenge?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I wanted to say like,
well, if Gandhi were to represent, it would be a peace talks.
it would be like a debate.
Like a debate.
Almost
A debate. I wanted to say like
Yeah.
Stan Lee in terms of like cultural champions, or Jim Henson, my personal.
See, you have to look
like
at- you have
a music or
You'd have to look at
No,
what
that's
their
not Jim
strengths
Henson.
are.
No. I was gonna say that should be one.
Oh well, yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
look at everyone's strengths and be like, That's how this fight would work in their favor.
Bex, would
Or
you want
do they-
Mr. Rogers for the
Yo, Mr.
cultural
Rogers will
champion
fuck
or
you
like
up.
the fighting champion?
No, Rogers would.
Well,
never
hell no,
fight.
neighbor.
Yes, hello.
Rogers would never fight.
Mr.
No, yeah, no, he would.
Rogers.
He's a pacifist.
Yeah, no, he would be a cultural guy.
Mr.
Dude,
Rogers,
if
the
anything,
challenge
I
is-
would be surprised if a god would hate Mr. Rogers. 'Cause
Yeah.
that would be this. Because dude, even the people who wanted to cancel PBS when they talked to him at the Senate hearing or whatever it was, they were like, "How can we hate this guy? He's so nice."
God, I love
If it was Mr. Rogers or Jim Henson going up against God of your choice, the challenge is you have to make this child laugh. Or make this child smile.
It would probably be like a creature or something in history that is known to be full of like hatred or, do the complete opposite. Like they start off horrifically and you change them into somebody who's smiling or in loving life again.
Oh, the person that they have to turn.
Because
Oh.
I mean, it could be a child. You can make a fucking child laugh by
Make a
doing
child,
anything, but it's
yeah.
like you have to give them something so difficult.
Right, that they both
That they could
both
pull that off,
entities
yeah.
have proclivities.
Yes.
Here's
towards.
one. Try to make Medusa feel human.
Make
You said
Medusa
Mr. Rogers
feel
in there.
human.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick.
His Valkyrie is just glasses.
Mr. Rogers is just wearing a pair of just rockin' mirrored sunglasses.
It's a sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Sweater's
yeah.
so soft that when he brings him in for a hug,
God.
it makes him feel warm.
Ray Charles. That's one of the humanities. I don't
No,
Ray Charles.
Here's what I want to see: beauty talent contests between Aphrodite and Dolly Parton.
Okay.
I want Dolly Parton to be a champion of humanity
A
somehow.
beauty champion.
Yeah, a beauty champion.
Okay.
Well, like, because Dolly Parton, she had this like thing with her, like, she. Like, it was almost like supernatural how she was able to get
Yeah.
like that famous. Like
Yeah.
there's like stories of like her walking around like the city with friends and like they're not getting bothered, and then she like turned and be like, hey, watch me turn it on, and then suddenly she just kind of like straightens up and does like just changes her posture and her aura, and suddenly everyone's looking. It's like, holy shit, that's
Who was the god of partying?
Dionysus.
From Greek, yes.
Him against
Wine, hedonism. All
in,
that.
in a battle of partying. It's him against
Elvis.
no,
No, Dionysus
Okay.
party harder.
Wait,
than
who
us.
part? Tom Petty.
no. I would say Keith Richards. Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy.
Dude, Ozzy would dude. He ate him. He did.
He did.
He did.
I don't know
such
about.
shit.
I don't know if part. Well, I mean, I don't. He,
Yeah,
of course
no.
they partied,
Dude, he partied.
but
Either him or Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen was known to be a crazy partier.
Well, would the challenge be who can hype up a crowd more?
I feel like it would be like they're put in an arena with a bunch of furniture, and like part of it is how much they can break. Like maybe the arena is actually one giant penthouse.
What do you think, Jeremy?
What?
Dionysus versus Ozzy Osbourne in a battle of who can party harder.
Ozzy Osbourne will bite her head off.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Okay, we're bringing more people.
Yeah,
outside
fuck
the
it.
camera.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just show title pending. Come on.
One day Chris could have been on camera and he wasn't
Yeah,
here.
finish what you were saying. That
I
like
have no idea what I was saying at this point.
it's a frat house or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like a penthouse or something like that. There's a bunch of furniture, and then at some like somehow like amount of furniture destroyed is part of it, but also it's like aesthetics. Maybe there's like judges.
Oh.
Like maybe Dionysus is a judge if he's not in the party off.
And just a fucking mountain of cocaine in the middle.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're telling me Ozzy could not get a crowd going with Crazy Train? It's like you just start hearing that line real yeah, exactly. And then like it's like everyone's gonna lose their mind.
Oh man.
That'd be a fun fight. Then everyone would be tired of that. Oh my god.
who would go up against in a challenge of music or like a crazy concert against what's his name? Not Oedipus. The other A. Which was the no?
The one who went down to
It went down to the
Hades.
music-
Orpheus.
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 Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I
Orpheus
played
versus
Hades.
So
Yeah.
music.
Elton
I still want
John.
to play that one.
Elton John. That
Elton
would
John
be your
versus
champion.
Orpheus.
No, Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix
Think
is
about
also
it.
good.
Hendrix. From what I remember, from what my buddy Joe told me, he practiced 8 hours every day playing guitar since he was a kid.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
8
Wow.
hours a day.
Every day.
Every
Come on, I
day.
had to take a day off.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's and then he died young. There's that.
I mean, no wonder.
Then if you really want, I mean, we could go to like
Jimi Hendrix would be
Amadeus,
good.
Wolfgang.
Yeah, for Amadeus, he was just naturally talented. There's a difference between like I want to say there's like natural
music.
talent,
Yeah.
yes, music, but it's also there's a level that you find within like hard work.
But then there's also Michael Jackson.
That's true.
Michael Jackson. I mean, Michael Jackson would be.
Well, it would have to be
You
like
wanna
instrument.
see Michael Jackson
Yeah,
fight
instrument
Al
based.
Slade
Well-
in Cry 5?
Yeah, instrument-based legends, right?
Yeah, like it would be like an instrument
That's why you
fight
say gin-
goes to like a singing thing.
I guess.
Okay, so it's a battle of instruments.
Orpheus.
Yes.
So it's battle of the bands.
Ba-
It's battle of the bands.
Orpheus
man.
versus.
So it'd be like a group.
So
Orpheus versus.
So yeah, no.
Muses.
Who's a musician? Well, there's
Who's a
Steve.
band?
If we got okay, so you got Steve Vai, who's a crazy
Oh yeah.
on guitars. He's the one who made the Halo. The Halo Rock one.
We got Mozart on piano.
Mozart
Yeah.
piano.
Like the keys specifically.
You've got Beethoven piano. If you really want to get back.
Oh, you're making a band of legends.
That'd be cool.
Band
That'd
of
be fun.
legends.
I think that's
hold on.
Season 4 of City of Mist is Band of Legends.
Band of legends.
Wait, who had?
That'd be sick.
Who would you get for vocals?
I say Jack Black.
You say Jack Black?
Jack Black.
Just a fucking dark horse in the
Tenacious
mix.
D.
Whitney had an amazing voice.
That is true.
Houston.
Whitney Houston had an
Wow,
amazing
She's
voice.
back.
Houston.
Dude, her as backup would be insane.
To Jack Black.
The backup is
They
Whitney
have to tone it
Houston.
down just so that Jack Black is actually singing.
Whitney Houston. Whitney doesn't do backup.
Keith
I'm, like,
Moon
picturing
from The
this.
Who.
Oh my gosh.
He was supposed to be an
Yeah.
insane drummer. No,
I don't know drummers.
no, jazz drummers. You got to get a jazz drummer because they're
Oh.
No, the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer looks exactly like Will Ferrell.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell will show up and like,
Will Ferrell too. He
dude.
can
That'd
do
be a fun bat. That'd be a fun battle. Battle of the bands.
John C. Riley is the drummer.
Gosh, I love that.
Dude, that
Who was the?
Bum-ba-dum.
There
that
was
would be a cool battle.
Yeah, one of the bands that I like, Dragon Force. They're the ones who created Rhapsody of Fire and Flame, one of the biggest
I know who
biggest
you're
hit
talking about.
in Guitar Hero. I don't know if it's the drummer or the guitarist that just fucking go. I've never heard such speed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who the drummer was. I think it was the drummer. That would be my
never
choice.
saw the drummer.
Who's the famous horn player?
Of like
No,
jazz.
I'm trying to remember.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
Satchmo.
Louis. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Damn.
Who would be the gods other than?
No, it's
Saxophone player.
It's
is
just
Saxophone, I'm sorry.
It's just the devil, and like his band that he had when he
Oh
went down
my
to
God.
Georgia.
Oh my god.
Our champion
There we
is
go.
the fiddle boy.
the fiddle
That's it.
boy.
We get
Oh,
the,
dude.
we get the fiddle boy to come
Dude,
in at the last moment.
the fiddle boy from
Charlie Daniels, baby.
Charlie Daniels. Who get Charlie Daniels on the fiddle?
And he finishes off the song.
Okay, so wait.
Humanity
So
is
wait.
saved.
Well, we agree that it's Wolfgang on piano. It's
Backup with
No. Wolfgang's piano.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jimi Hendrix on guitar. It's Charlie Daniels on the fiddle.
Oh my gosh.
We've already got 3 different genres.
Do y'all want a fiddle or a violin?
Ooh,
Why,
that's a
who
good
would be
one.
I'm
violin?
looking for the name. I just
I think
recently
it'd be
worked
funny
an
if you got
event.
every genre. One from every genre would be funny.
You know, we'll make that a Showtime episode where we're gonna like have a board and we're gonna list
Yeah.
these ridiculous
Man, that's what we need in the future. It's like we need like the whiteboard of bullshit.
Yeah.
just to put out our fucking argument.
All right, let's for sake of argument, we'll go with Charlie Daniels on
Jack
that
Black and Whitney Houston.
as vocals.
God.
The violin.
Fuck. We well, if we're gonna cover every basis when it comes to vocals, we need somebody with like a deep, like an opera singer.
And just for shits and giggles, Dre is producing.
If anyone can produce it, Drake could.
Dre's gonna be like, all right, this is what I got. Let me make something.
He's like, no problem, dude, no problem.
Ara Malikian. Ara Malikian is an Armenian violinist who did a concert where one summer I was working, and
She just
I had
blew it away.
he blasted the ceiling off of this place with
Who are the 2 guys from
his
the
violin.
band? 2
Huh?
cellos?
Oh, was it the 2 pianos or
No, 2 cellos.
cellos,
The 2
those
cello
guys.
players.
Oh,
Well, because
yeah.
the reason I say Ara is because not only is he I'm an amazing violinist, but he's a showman. He's dancing while he's playing, and he's like on his knees, leaning all the way back,
wow.
like doing this thing, and then he like leaps up to his feet while still like from a kneeling
Oh, yeah,
position.
that's-
You know what I mean? It was I'd never seen anything.
Let's
like
take out Jack Black and Whitney. We'll bring in Chente. Dude, Vincent. What's Vicente Fernandez?
That guy has a fucking register.
If you ever watch his performance, he can because he's a mariachi singer. He can boost his voice, and the mic is here, and you're
Whoa.
still picking him
Yep.
up. He has such vocal boost.
Vocal power.
Him
huh?
on vocals would be crazy. I would just unless I want to see a mariachi in the band.
I think probably it would be
Yeah.
like
You
we
want to
have
put the
a
fate of the world
Dude,
in a mariachi band?
I want you to ask any coach who they don't see a mariachi band, they're like, something's gonna go off. It's gonna be great.
Vicente was basically Elvis in Mexico,
Yeah.
What a
was our-
crazy.
and he
Wow.
yeah. Give some of his tunes. You'll be like, holy shit.
I think
he
it'll
has
be like a tag
vocals.
team kind of like battle of the bands, where like a screen is gonna appear and it's gonna be like, what's the genre, and it'll be like boop, and then we'll like switch our champions
Oh, mix and
that-
match.
to max it. Yeah.
This is all versus just Orpheus.
No, it'll be the Muses, Orpheus, like all
devil?
their musical
Muses,
champ. The devil
Orpheus,
went out of
the
Jordan.
devil.
Of the different
trying to think.
instruments.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah, oh, okay.
Apollo was supposed to play the
Apollo?
Yeah.
How can we forget Pan?
or
Pan.
Pan, it's flute.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Flute players. We'll get the dude from Jethro Tull. He was a flute player.
There you go.
Get Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
We'll get Terry Crews.
I don't think we can put a better band than that.
Wow.
That would be. That would
So
be a
who would you
force.
put up against Hercules?
Oh, they already have.
They have.
No, but in
In our world,
in our world, we got to choose
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker,
The Rock?
The Rock.
I don't know who the strongest man on earth is. And so obviously someone holds that record.
Oh yeah, the Mountain.
As of
Oh,
now, it's the
Bjorn,
guy who played the mountain.
From Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Bjornson, I think his name is, or something like that.
Bjorn.
That's the thing though.
Yeah.
I think someone beat his record and bring
They did.
Oh, wow. Well,
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he'd be a good match because Hercules was not only strong, he was agile
right. And Mountain's just.
and speed. Speed is a huge factor.
So, yeah,
Tyson.
we need the best athlete.
Tyson.
Nah, Tyson.
Dude, have you seen Tyson? Remember when Tyson punches, you go to sleep.
Yeah, but that's his fist. You know what I'm saying? We're
Connor?
talking about well-rounded. He's not fast. I mean, he's fast, but he's not running.
what
I'm talking
about,
about athletics fast.
Sylvia,
Oh, from UFC?
UFC. He had Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
He has technique.
before his leg became spaghetti.
Hercules was more of like a brawler
What?
sort of thing. He wasn't
What?
really taught technique, I want to think.
It's true. Chuck Liddell.
Or shoulder charge.
No, Rampage. I like Rampage.
I-
Rampage was deadly.
I feel like this conversation is now turning into who are people in history that you like? Oh man, Chuck Liddell.
Dude, there's
Oh,
so
he's
many
awesome.
like
He's a good guy.
Oh man, George Washington.
who was God of
Fuck
Knowledge?
yeah.
Man.
Well, there was Ymir from Norse mythology.
Artemis.
Artemis.
Artemis,
For
No,
right?
archery?
she was the goddess of the hunt,
She's the
wasn't she?
goddess of the hunt in the moon.
Apollo was the one of knowledge.
You know what'd be
Her
funny?
brother.
No,
Like there's
I'm thinking of Archimedes.
we get our world's smartest, we get the gods of knowledge, and they get together, we're ready for the fight. They're actually working together, like, oh, I found this, no way. Like, they actually
have
they're
fun and, like,
advancing their
discover
studies.
more.
They're like, all right, so this really isn't a fight, this is a research.
tie.
research.
It's a think tank.
God.
All right,
big
your
thing.
challenge is an 18-page report.
Who has the better thesis?
Who has the best thesis?
That would be
statement?
funny, because like, we're all watching, it's like, wait, what? They're just studying.
Are they gonna do something?
It's a study.
But if it's like
They're
manga,
the study group.
If
I
it's,
don't
like,
wanna watch-
if it's like manga, there's like sad backstories. There's like conflicts and stuff. We're like, damn, this research off is really fucking tense.
It's still a coliseum. They're just on opposite sides around like fold-out tables
like
studying.
the gods show the humans like, oh yeah, pi is solvable, and they're showing it to them. Meanwhile, they're like, yeah, have you heard of black holes? What the fuck is a black hole?
Oh my god.
And they're like, they're
Einstein would be one of our champions for
man.
that.
Einstein, Isaac Newton.
Oh, who was the woman who discovered radiation?
Oh, Mary
Mary Curie.
Curie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
I knew
actually,
that one.
another one that was very interesting to me. She was an actress, but she was also she developed a Bluetooth system, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Like one of her famous quotes, I'm gonna butcher it, but she's like, "Sometimes I wish I wasn't an actress because people would stop judging me for the looks and you know they could start seeing me for my knowledge."
Yeah.
Like, what was her name?
I
Good
mean, that's
lord.
just like.
It was a person.
No, it wasn't Aubrey Hepburn. That's another. But anyways, like, yeah, fucking this research.
This episode of Show Title Pending is brought to you in part by Miss Monopoly, the board game. It's not just history; it's herstory.
Yeah.
And on that note, Monopoly, please sponsor us. Yeah, I think we can call it.
Miss
Let us know
Monopoly.
in the comments below who would you have to be our defending champions for anything here against the gods, and who would those combinations be?
Based on what little you know about us, who would our mythos be for around the clock? I mean, around the clock.
What's a
countdown.
core memory that you guys?
What's a
have?
core
About this.
memory
I feel
you
like
have?
I want to do better with my answer for the mythos. So.
Oh, we'll get back to that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Poll, is Bex a werewolf or a mermaid? What do you
Are you
fantasize?
team werewolf or team mermaid?
Yeah.
Find out in the comments.
but thanks again, guys, for coming into our first video episode of Show Title Pending. That was a spit.
One of many.
One of many to come, guys. And check out Rolling in the Mist Season 1, Season 2. Check out our YouTube channel. Visit us on our social media. Come by our Twitch, as well as YouTube at some point, where we have that up and running. And for this, guys, this is just a little bit of a taste of what we're going to have to bring to Autoloot this year. We're not only going to up our ante a lot of other production, but we're going to create a lot more different things than just podcasts and like video games. We're going to try a bunch of different
Stop doing
things
that.
for you guys to have and enjoy. What?
Sorry, Jason keeps staring at the audience.
Yeah. I'm staring at his camera, so when
Yeah.
you look at him, you're gonna be seeing me like this.
Bye.
Oh my
Bye.